I've been in North Atlanta recreating on the Hooch probably since '93. I play on the lake with my children, I work out here, I coach high school rowing, so I'm here 5 or 6 days a week on the water in some capacity or within a stone's throw of it all the time. There are very few metropolitan cities that have something like this that flows straight through downtown.
The Chattahoochee River runs through our peachy state, up and down our state. So it's very important because it's one of the most heavily used surface water bodies, which means a lot of water systems are relying on the Chattahoochee River. They're drawing raw water from it, they're treating it and then supplying it to their residents. There's a lot of recreational activities that happen in different parts of the river.
We're a watercraft rental business. I manage everything from whitewater kayak instruction, adventure day camps, wilderness medicine instruction, and general water recreation. On average, we put between 12 and 13,000 people a year on the river.
Crooked Creek Water Reclamation Facility is one of Gwinnett's oldest treatment plants. It was built back in the 1970s when it was as small as a 1 million gallons per day treatment plant, and it's undergone several upgrades since then to now where it is a 16 million gallons per day treatment plant. It's discharging into the Chattahoochee River. And so it's very important that Crooked Creek has the treatment capacity and the capability to treat that water to a high level and then discharge it to the river. It's a heavily suburban residential area. A lot of people move in because of fantastic school district that Gwinnett has. In 2000, the county population was a little less than 600,000. Today, they're closer to 1 million. Crooked Creek capacity increase would translate to how many more residents they can serve.
The challenges that clients are seeing often is they're being asked to do more with less. So that means less infrastructure, less operating budget. So how do we deal with this? One of the key parameters for treatment plant upgrades and optimization is the settling properties of the activated sludge, and it really defines a lot of capacities in treatment plants. And one of the technologies that Hazen really is leading the industry in is densification.
This is a process that allows sludge to settle very rapidly. And what that can do for us is basically get more capacity out of an existing plant.
In conventional activated sludge plants, you form what's called flocks. They are pretty fluffy in nature, so they take time to settle in clarifiers. When you have densified activated sludge, using your existing clarifiers, you can actually treat a lot more flow. We could get anywhere between 25 and 50+% of treatment capacity additional in terms of how much biological treatment is available within the treatment plant. What could have costed several millions of dollars can now be realized with existing infrastructure.
This is a technology that Hazen has been doing research on for the last 5 years. Across many of our plants that actually are already achieving that, doing our own sampling and research effort to understand why it's happening and then apply those principles into our designs.
Our challenge was, how do we understand what's going on and apply it to their upgraded plant? We spent a lot of time understanding the drivers of the activated sludge, and not only is it settling, it is consistently settling well. Hazen leads the nation in this because we figured out the recipe for densification, so we know with confidence we can design that plant around the densification, and that leads to smaller facilities, or within a given footprint we can get a lot more out of the facility. We can save significant capital costs, we can save significant operating costs, and we can get the plant to produce better effluent quality.
You don't want too much nitrogen and phosphorus. You don't want to end up with algal blooms in our water bodies. That translates to what impacts does the discharge have on the aquatic life and human health.
We rely pretty heavily on bacteria levels in the river, and that kind of determines whether we can put people on the water or not. The river right now is the cleanest it's been in 25, almost 30 years.
For me, somebody who has a young family, as a mother, when I take my kids to the park and there's the Chattahoochee River right there, they're swimming and playing in it. That just reminds me of the environmental stewardship that's instilled deep in all of us.
I don't think people realize how fortunate we are to have such a phenomenal recreation opportunity, educational space. It's where people get their drinking water. It's one of the best trout streams in the country. You've got blue herons, you've got deer, you've got river otter, you've got all kinds of really diverse wildlife that call the river home. And that really shows that the river is super healthy and super clean. And so having that water being good for recreation and general consumption is very important just as a whole.